Hello, everyone. I have no ideas tonight. Hey, hey Max, hey Navy, and Spwing, welcome in. If you guys are not, like... Okay, here's the thing. Delta in Chapter 5 just came out, I think 5? Probably 5. Anyway, and people are playing... Yeah, Chapter 5. People are playing it. If you have any interest in Delta in Chapter 5, I do. I'm curious about it. I'm kind of watching someone play it right now. I'm watching Ace and Crow. Other Crow, as we've been calling him. But I also want to embroider tonight, and I also just wanted to stream tonight, and I have no ideas, so here we are. How's everyone been? What have you guys been up to? I stayed home from work today because I have a migraine, so that's another reason I'm doing this. Hanging out stream, yeah. Did I... maybe lost some thread, that's fine. Okay. Man, I need to get a better camera from an embroider on stream. I've been kind of looking into, like, using my phone for it. Because you can, like, use that, and my phone's camera would be better, but I don't have a super great place to mount it. This only works because I've got it velcroed to the ceiling, and I don't really want to put velcro on my phone all the time. If you hear Deltarune one more time this week, you're gonna go crazy. Well, I don't know. I am probably gonna play that game. I have no idea if I'm gonna play it on stream. Signs point to no, because god damn, that's a lot of reading out loud. You got a Ghostface jersey today and low-key love the fit. That sounds like quite the fit. And playing snooker, watching football, and melting? Where have you been playing snooker, Navy? Isn't that like a... Do you have a snooker table at home? Are you going somewhere to play snooker? I have no idea the scale of... How big is a snooker setup? At the local snooker hall, of course. Got new shorts, the jersey, and thigh-high socks. They're all over the place here. Why does the UK... I'm just gonna complain about something that just boils down to, I like how things are in densely populated areas, and unfortunately I do not live in a densely populated area. Alas, I instead live in one of the largest countries in the world, where 2/3 of the population... Here's the thing, if you, like, meet people online who are Canadian, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy how many Canadians I meet that are from the East Coast, and it's like, you know why? Do you know why that's the fact? Because 2/3 of our population are there. They're in, like, one small line in the country. And I'm not in that line. So... I say that. Okay, Navy, your experience is not reality. Neither is mine, apparently, because I keep meeting people on the internet that are from my province, and that's crazy. The Canadian is complaining. I am complaining. I want densely populated city amenities. I want a snooker hall on every corner. I know more Albertans than anywhere else-ins. That's crazy. Okay, Navy, in the vein of Albertan, what would you call someone from Saskatchewan? This is my quiz to you. I'm not doing anything right now. Hold on. Okay, I actually need to look at my pattern. I've done a fair amount since last stream. Got like this part all done. This bit. I love the texture of the gradient when only one color is done. It's got such a good texture to just... Saskatchewan. See, that's pretty good. I hear Saskatchewanian a lot, and I don't like that one. I myself will sometimes just say Saskatchewan. Like, oh, they're Saskatchewan. But... that doesn't get across sometimes. The other thing I've been thinking about recently is my promised Discord movie night. Said promise was made almost 2 years ago. But I am thinking about it again. Maybe I should just wait until it's 2 years ago. That'd be funny. Yeah, we're coming up on 2 years since I said that I would do a Discord movie night. I did actually start doing a little bit of planning on my end for it. Why do your Canadian friends get upset if you ask them if they like maple syrup? Because it is an oft-repeated stereotype. And usually when people are slinging stereotypes, they don't have the best of intentions in mind. I love maple syrup. We don't have bagged milk here, if that's your next question. They do in Newfoundland and Labrador. And PEI. Okay. I'm gonna close the Deltarune stream because I'm just watching it and not streaming. Because it's a redundant question, of course they do, who doesn't? That too. Everyone loves maple syrup. Put my phone there. I'm muted. We have powdered milk here sometimes. You don't like syrup. Have you ever tried real maple syrup? Because, like, it's a far cry from the fakers. I'll tell you that. There we go. See, there's the benefit to me just having this Velcroed to the roof. I can kind of swivel it around a little. You refuse to try it. Why is that? Who's afraid of the maple syrup? Syrup feels weird in your mouth. Well, fair enough. I don't know, it is basically just sugar. You know someone who goes by Milkbag online, he's one of the rare Canadians you know not from Alberta. Milkbag is a good username. It's almost as good as something like fake zircon. You don't even eat eggs because of texture issues. Yeah, I can't really speak to that. I've got my own food texture issues. I don't eat any ground meat. Although that's not strictly true. I like sausage. I don't eat most ground meat. Okay, the problem now is I'm trying to hold this in a place that is better lighting for the camera, but that puts it directly behind my mic. So how about I move the light? Can't eat ham either. I really just have no ideas for what to talk about tonight. I'm just tired embroidering. I've been watching a 5-hour video on Atlas Shrugged. And kind of just like Ayn Rand as a person and her politics and everything. It's a really interesting video. It's very the book is very obvious in everything that it's trying to get across. And the guy who does the video, who makes the video, is pretty interesting. Anyone want to see your fire Ghostface jersey? I don't really know how you're gonna show it off, to be honest. I'm curious, but what a great camera angle this is for solving Rubik's Cubes. Should I go get a Rubik's Cube? I could go do that. I know where one is. Alright. Oh, Navy, I never asked how many solves did you get in my last attempt at solving? Or were you even still doing that at that point? Did you give up? It will be easier than last time. Either or. Alright. I'm gonna go grab a Rubik's Cube then. I guess I can go to intermission. I was kind of annoyed with myself last stream because I was trying to, like, set up my VOD, and then I realized I took a bunch of unmarked BRBs. I'll go to intermission. We'll come back. BRB. Around 30. Okay, well, I have a Rubik's Cube here. It's still not a perfect camera angle because there's a mic in my face, but you know, it's much better than the last one, I can promise that. Nicely scrambled. You got a cube at hand, Navy? Are we gonna have another race? You're gonna beat me, but... I mean, ideally you would have multiple cubes at hand, and then once you solved one, you'd just move right on to the next. That way you don't have to spend time re-scrambling it, you only have the one. Alright, well... Alright. Let's go. Cube time again? Yeah. Honestly, Bones, I'm kind of just, I'm listless tonight. I have no idea what I want to do tonight. We started some embroidery. I've kind of just been watching Ace play Deltarune Chapter 5. Now we're doing this. You saw my thumbnail? I'm proud of that thumbnail. I was very proud of that thumbnail. But yeah, I might switch to a game tonight. I don't know. We'll find out. Done. How'd I do, Navy? I think I did alright. Definitely not as slow as last time. I'm not slow at this. I just... 2 and a bit. Ugh. Brutal. I've improved from 30, so... Rip your Wi-Fi, that's too bad, Em. Navy, can you do a super flip? Without, like, looking it up? You can? I can't. Do the flower pattern, though. Didn't hear a yes or no? Em, I would like to see your jersey, I just don't know how you're gonna get it to me. You can try. You want to show it off? Then I'm curious, let's see it. What I should do is just get like a deck of cards and play solitaire. I love solitaire. I played a lot of solitaire today. Super flips are easy? Well, I'd ask you how I do it, but I'm currently mixing up the cubes, so... You doing a crossword right now? Hell yeah. That's something I've been missing, is watching Cracking the Cryptic. I haven't watched them in ages. I say that like, there's been a reason I can't, I just haven't been. You can try recording a video, if you want to. I'm not stopping you. Get a magazine, do some puzzles. The cube is back. The cube is back. I already solved it in much better time, and I'm currently solving it again. You're not at a table or anything? That might be a problem. This damn fish, get out of here. There we go. That's a pretty sick jersey, Em. It's like a baseball jersey. I like it. If you guys remember from my last streams that just turned into show and tell, I have less things on my desk now, because I've moved them to work. Honestly, I've only moved one thing. I don't have the 3D printed orange anymore. That's at work now. I haven't been bold enough to bring any other of my more ridiculous items to work yet. But I'm... Hold on. I'm debating bringing the cactus. I think it'd make a cute desk decoration there. There's a lot of cat hair on it. A bit of dust. Nobody knows you exist. I like nobody knowing I exist, and nobody knows if I'm actually a human. Yeah, on my fancy work desk, I could have a Minecraft cactus. It'd be fun. Would really say something about the kind of person I am. Especially that it's handmade out of paper. Alternatively, I could make a second one to have it work. And I could show you guys how I made this. Makes a statement, very true. Cactus for work and home. A home and work cactus. I don't know, I have a lot of weird desk stuff I could have at work instead of here, where it clutters. We're thinking of doing a full photo shoot in our Ghostface jerseys. You're matching with a friend. That's really fun. Why Ghostface, if I may ask? That feels like a very specific... Oh good, I've got a video from Navy. Hold on. Oh, Navy! Same cube company. I think we might have that same exact cube here, actually, because my dad bought a bunch of speed cubes a while ago. Yeah. And he, like, got this one for free when he ordered a bunch of speed cubes. You know what? Hold on. Oh. That's not right. Why is this so high up? There we go. Yeah. If I have it pulled up anyway, I might as well bones cam it. I love my bones cam. I guess this is not the bones cam, but it's... same thing. Maybe I shouldn't, though. Maybe people don't want to be spoiled for Deltarune. We're still early days. This isn't your normal cube, it's just the one you've got lying around right now. That's funny. Your Halloween costume is going to be this jersey with a fake knife and a ghost make cat mask. Ghost face even. Ghost make. Okay, now I'm curious. What would it take for me to set my phone up as a camera input? And will it require a third-party app? It will. You dyed your hair pink? That's sick. Ah, you can see the back of my phone. You can't see anything on it anyway. Apparently I've already done this. Yeah, had been dyeing my hair blue for pretty regularly for the last while. I kind of just stopped because honestly, I just was tired of my bathtub being colored blue. That was truly the biggest reason I stopped doing it. I really liked dyeing my hair blue. I would always go and get them to just dye it the darkest blue they had, and then I would just let it fade for half a year. And because it started out so blue by the time, because blue is the color that fades the fastest for hair dyeing, because I'd always just have it start out as dark as it possibly could be, it wouldn't ever fade to like just brassy bleached hair color. It would always be kind of a little bit still blue. No. Oh my god, what is happening? This app is giving me so much random bullshit. Okay. You could also just, like, scribble out your face if you really care. I don't care one way or another. What am I gonna do knowing what your face looks like? You're too lazy. Well, that's not my fault. Okay, hold on. Go to studio mode first, just so I don't accidentally show my face on stream or anything. If I... What is this even? I'm looking for like a camera icon. There it is. I say... Camo. I say... Camo. Put that down. And I crop out their logo because I can do that. And then I go out of studio mode. Look at that. Crisp image. Ooh. See all the pixels. I closed this app. Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted. Oop. It is a nice color. I agree with your friend. That'll go there. Did somebody say Appleseed? Is there a reason that Johnny Appleseed is stuck in my head right now? Or is my brain just doing that? Did I read the word Appleseed somewhere in chat? I have no idea. This is what, my brain just did that one? Okay. Maybe it said it somewhere in, like, the app. The fucking... camo app. I blame my Catholic school for that. Cause, like, it's like one of the only prayers I actually still remember is the Johnny Appleseed prayer, which is barely even a prayer. Hey, Paulinason. Also, I've figured out your username. I've figured out what my problem with it was that I was not reading it as what it was. It's Paulina. Or Paulina. Sin. Of course. And, like, it's not... If I had even just read your Tumblr pinned post, it would have clicked in my brain. Somehow, it didn't work. Who's Johnny Appleseed? He's a somewhat... He's, like, a fake... He's a folk hero, I guess? He's American in origin. I think he was a real person as well, but I don't think he really did, like, his whole thing was that he went across the country planting apple trees. But he planted seeds of apples, and they were mostly used for making cider. How did this come up? I have no idea, Max, because for some reason in my brain, I must have read the word Appleseed somewhere. And then I got the prayer, the Johnny Appleseed prayer stuck in my head. Yeah, Ace is gonna get ahead of you. I can turn off the Ace cam if you're worried about getting spoiled. I'm gonna have it up for me to watch for me, because I've been watching. I want my stream sweet streak and my Ace points. You're about to drive home from work. Alright. But yeah, Johnny Appleseed. It's the only prayer I remember with any kind of clarity. It's barely really, it's not even a prayer. It's like... It kind of is. It's certainly Catholic. I don't know why it's a prayer, really. It's just gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the night now, though. Can't escape it. You guys want to hear me pray on stream? Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. I stopped paying attention to my embroidery. Okay. In a similar vein, if I hear something that reminds me of a song, I'll have that single part of that song play in my head all day on loop, not even the whole song. I think it's similar for me, good lord, now I'm overthinking it. You don't know the Johnny Appleseed prayer? Ugh. Polinason. Okay. It's stupid, is what it is. Because it's like a song. Maybe this was just my music teacher. I had like a really... You're not raised Catholic. Okay, that's fair. Can't say I wish that upon many people. If you can't tell, I'm not very religious. I'm gonna find just the text of the Johnny Appleseed prayer and put it on screen. And it's gonna seem really, really bizarre, because you are supposed to sing it. Eh. Okay, I'm done talking about Johnny Appleseed. Well, we could talk about Johnny Appleseed. I'm done talking about prayer. Anybody have any good Johnny Appleseed stories? The American in me is lost and I wish they would leave. See, no, this is a good thing, Em. The Americanization of the internet is a terrible, terrible thing, and I'm glad Navy didn't know who Johnny Appleseed was. Although, to be fair, I'm Canadian and I know who he is. And not even from the internet, from Catholic school. How about we just embroider in silence? I could play you guys my new train noises. I still haven't edited them, but I could play them. You can hear the unedited versions. That's the Minecraft launcher. Sorry, just realized I need to, like, do things properly. Twitch, what the hell is studio mode even for, if not for that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Where... I can't... You guys can't even hear it. Yeah. Sorry, no train visuals. This video is also not even that long. It's loud. It is loud, holy shit. My bad. Getting run over by the train. Yeah. Okay, where are my train noises? My, like the actual one, the noises. Can I just not read? Why is it an M4A file? Let's go to Audacity. Okay, where did those go? Oh. Not where I wanted them to, that's for sure. I'm like too tired for this tonight. I think it's gonna be a short stream. Okay. There we go. There's some new train noises. This one's like 3 minutes long. I think I've put down maybe 4 stitches since I started stream, so we're doing great. I can also probably stop the other train noises. Where are my other train noises? How about we have just one set of train noises? But yeah, these ones are much worse quality. There's like the wind you can hear, and the brakes squealing, and there's cars driving by at some point. Feel like you work at a train yard, at least 10 train noises. We've got what we got. What am I embroidering? This is the Fool from Belatra. This is the Death card from Belatra. Yeah. I like the sprites for these a lot, so I'm doing this. I don't really have any plans for what I'm gonna do with these once they're done. I'm gonna make them both into, like, patches. Yeah, there's the car. Big fucking truck passed me by as I was trying to record my train noises. Can't they see I was doing something important? They should have just waited. Paused at the bridge I was on. And the audio file isn't playing properly. Awesome. Okay, well I guess that's the end of that. Back to our usual train noises. One of these nights I've got to get back to playing Lies of P. There's some sort of train nearby-ish to you, but not that close, so you mostly just hear a distant train horn sometimes. We get that here all the time. I love it. I love the distant train horn. But yeah, I was actually thinking of playing Lies of P tonight. However, I'm kind of stupid tonight, and if I tried to play Lies of P, I would just die 400 times and then get angry. So instead I'm doing this, which has much less rage-inducing elements, although it is not entirely free of them. Oh my god, I'm gonna have the goddamn Johnny Appleseed prayer stuck in my head all night, aren't I? What have I done to deserve this? What's a better song to have stuck in my head? Anybody have any ideas? Hold on. There. Now I've got music playing for myself. There's this musical artist whose work I really, really enjoy, and he has a habit of just deleting songs that he made. Ugh. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, I understand it as an artist. I also agree with someone having control over their work. I think that's cool. But man, sometimes I really like a song, and it's frustrating to not be able to listen to it. I respect it, but I might start downloading songs, right? Like, I wouldn't start distributing them, but what if I want them? What if for me? Which is to say, I have some of their songs, just for me, and I'm listening to one of those now. Especially because I have a coworker whose last name is the same as the title of one of the songs that I really, really liked that I haven't been able to find for years, but seeing that coworker's name made me think, oh, I should look again and see if I have any more luck. And I did, I found it this time. I found it and a bunch of other songs I really liked by this artist, so that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I don't know, the internet age, it's a lot different to just, like, having music out there in the world on streaming services is such a different beast to selling, like, even just selling the MP3 on Bandcamp or something. It's like, if there's another example, a band with a song I really like, the band broke up, and they had to take all their music off of every streaming service and, like, off the stores and everything, because they didn't want to deal with distributing the music, or the money, the revenue, after the band had broken up. They didn't want anything to do with each other. So now all those songs are just, you can't listen to them anymore. But do you want to share who it is? Yeah, sure. It's Zelinky. He's primarily known as an animator on YouTube. He's got some pretty funny stuff. He's Canadian, by the way. Navy, that's just the thing. I don't even think you really need a justification. It's your art, you're posting it on YouTube, or you're posting it on the internet as like a, look at this thing I'm sharing. Like, no one has, you don't have an obligation to anyone to keep it out there to be found. If you're not proud of it anymore, if you just don't want it to be out there anymore, that's your call. But at the same time, it's like, well, I really like this song, and I want to listen to it again. But yeah, Zelinky has some songs that are actually still published right now that are also banging. He's got an album out, and, like, I think that album's actually gonna stay there. Like, the other songs he's deleted have been a little bit more, like, experimental, I guess. The album's very polished. I'd be very surprised if he deleted that off of streaming services, but I guess, in that vein, maybe I should be saving things, you know? Yeah, really sucks to find songs that can't be found anymore, to have those as earworms. It is not fun. And one of those songs is a hella earworm that I love, and I don't want to recommend it because then it's like, hey, I love this song. You can't find it anywhere. Especially when it's not even one of his more popular songs. Like, there's a lot of re-uploaders out there that have saved songs and posted them again that he deleted. This is not one of them. I have not been able to find this specific one fucking anywhere. I did find it, but it took some doing. Anyway, we're at the hour. I'm gonna take a short 4-minute break. 4 minutes. I'll be back in 4 minutes. BRB. Alrighty. It's called Prototype, and it's attributed to a man called Charles Ives, but it was released decades after he died and has seemingly no connection to him. Charles Ives. Is this out there somewhere? It's on Spotify. Okay. The American composer Charles Ives, who died in 1954. Are they, like... The album came out in 2007, okay. But is it, like, compositions he made that were only released after he died? It's nothing like the rest of his music. Have you considered it's a different Charles Ives? Yeah, it could very well be somebody else who used his name. This is like... No, it's on Spotify attributed to the composer Charles Ives. This is bizarre. Hey, hold on. Looking this up now. There is actually Polina Sin. I have done a little bit of work uploading songs to Spotify. You've got to be that artist. Or associated with the artist's estate. It's just, like, the album art has his name on it. Like, I'd just assume it was a different person. There's a Reddit. r/LostWave, strange album named Prototype by someone named Charles Ives. It is attached to every streaming profile for the composer Charles Ives. Any clue? There's a post from 2008 on a blog site called CD Baby. It's a archive.org link that is loading very slowly. Was CD Baby like a band camp? This looks very band campy. Music like a machine stamping out hand tools. Charles Ives is a farmer, a mason, and author of children's book, Philosophy and Humor. Nope, this one is attributed to a Charles Ives 2. Okay. So Spotify did not exist in 2007. Obviously this was scraped from somewhere else. What was the precursor to Spotify? Where did Spotify get their original suite of music from? Let's go to Wikipedia. Actually, you know what? There's no reason for me to be doing it on this screen. Hold on. We're gonna go to our web browsing screen. But first, I'm gonna make sure that Actually, you guys can go to the green door. So I can make sure that Twitch and Firefox don't try and dox me, because it seems like we've had a fucking lot of that tonight, and I'm sick of it. No more doxing. No more attempted doxing. Okay. Now we're here. Welcome to the rabbit hole. Charles Ives. We'll do that. We'll do Spotify Wiki. Wikipedia. Good. Okay, Spotify did exist in 2007. I want the history. Spotify, when peer-to-peer music service Napster shut down, another legal site, Kazaa, became popular. Alex said he realized that you can never legislate away from piracy. Laws definitely help, but don't take away the problem. The only way was to create a service that was better than piracy. According to Elk, the company's title was initially misheard from a name shouted by Lorentzon. They conceived of a portmanteau of spot and identify. A way for streaming content such as video, digital films, images, or musical. Musical. So these guys were way ahead of the game, apparently. Yikes. 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 Alright, so this doesn't really help us. I want to know where you got your songs originally. Where did your music come from? Man, why does the internet have to suck so bad these days? Search engines used to be so useful. So evil. Okay, it does kind of just seem like Prototype was made by a different Charles Ives. Because here. We can go to... this. Who was that other Charles Ives? See, the problem is that the other Charles Ives was probably just some random guy making music on the internet. Okay, actually, let's look up CD Baby. Music distribution for independent artists, CD Baby. Portland, Oregon-based online distributor of independent music. The company was described as anti-label by its parent company. 3 companies with preferred partner status with Apple Music. It was founded during the .com craze. That's funny. It's also funny that I literally have never heard of CD Baby before. So, we're having an interesting time tonight. So they originally offered digital music distribution, which is curious because this archive.org page, if it loaded properly, lists The CD. $72? That can't be. That can't be right. That cannot be right. That's not right. That can't be right. I mean, I doubt, like, this is in the Wayback Machine. This wouldn't work anymore. But this website still exists. Okay, I don't want to be as an artist. I want to pick them up myself. How do I shop? They don't sell anymore. It's not that good. Okay, so they don't. Oh, maybe these guys just automatically put it on Spotify. Because it doesn't seem like you can buy directly from them anymore. So maybe they just popped it onto Spotify when Spotify started, like, working with other digital music distributors to, like, build out their catalog. $9.99 per release. Ugh. All right. Well, that's kind of mystery solved for me. Charles Ives, the guy from 2007, I think. Apple iTunes link. Is this gonna take me anywhere? Probably not, but I sure can try. Not anywhere helpful, yeah. Yeah, looks like it was not archived. Okay, well. In 2020, CD Baby ceased its retail sales. Online distribution only. So I can't order this DVD. This is a CD for $72.97. Damn. So now my question is, like, in order to have music on streaming services, most of these companies will make you pay a premium, like, yearly. I know DistroKid does anyway. Do we think that 2007 Charles Ives is still paying that premium yearly? Okay, let's run through this. I guess not. They're gonna make me make a fucking account. Tracks will appear on all the most popular digital music platforms of today, tomorrow, and the years to come. With CD Baby, you never have to pay an annual fee to keep your music online. Okay. So, no. Modern Charles Ives uploaded this paid CD Baby once to sell the CDs because CD Baby never gets rid of anything, apparently, they put it onto Spotify when Spotify came knocking, and then I assume Apple Music, where it is currently, and all the rest of these things, just automatically. That's fucking bonkers. And because it was automatic, it was just put under this guy. Mystery solved, as far as I'm concerned. Still would be cool to find out not the original Charles Ives, the modern day counterpart. I'd be curious to find out who he is, if he has more music out there. Because CD Baby's not really going to tell us anything, and sorting by the composer is not going to help. It's very funny that this all happened. It is. I like that. I'm a little curious about the pricing now. Single for $9.99 or an album for $14.99? Damn. It's kind of... I'm baffled. I've never heard of this company before. Damn. Well, see, now my curiosity leads to, can you pick and choose what it goes on? Because I don't particularly care for Amazon Music. One-time fee per release with no annual fees. We just keep 9% of your digital distribution revenue. Of course, just 9%. Beyond our initial setup fee, we only make money when you do, so you continue to release music worry-free. Yeah. Well, had to be a catch somewhere. There's the other question. Where is CD Baby sending this money? Where's it going? People are still listening. Does Spotify still, like, show you how many people have listened to a song? Is that a thing they don't show you anymore? The CD for Prototype has the barcode number. You found the UPC. That's amazing. The mystery is no longer who is Charles Ives, but what is CD Baby up to? CD Baby is up to making money by touting the one-time fee with no annual fees, and then tacking on some nice fees, ongoing fees, of course. Well, that was a fun rabbit hole. Very good. Whoa, don't do that. That's also not right. Where the hell is that? You, get out of here. Prototype Festival hosted a guy named Theo Bleckman who has a recording of newly arranged songs by Charles Ives with jazz rock collective Kneebody. Where did you find that? But you think you're satisfied with it's an unknown guy with the same name? Yeah, me too. I mean, again, I'd like to find out who it is, but I feel like it'd be a fucking Kathy Jarbo situation where it's just gonna be some guy who's going about his life now. And he's like, what the fuck? How did you even find that? And then we'd be like, well, you see, your music's being attributed to a composer who was born in the 1800s. And we're all very confused about how that happened, and if you're still getting paid. Anyway. This is a very nicely framed shot of my keyboard. He searched Charles Ives on Prototype and kept... Charles Ives Prototype on Google and kept clicking at links. Yeah. That's how most internet sleuthing goes. But yeah, Zelinky, famous animation YouTuber Zelinky releases music sometimes, and he has a SoundCloud that had a lot of music on it. Where the fuck? Ah. Theo Bleckman just rearranged compositions from the old Charles Ives. Damn, no steps closer. Yeah, I did remember where we started. Mostly because I still have a song of his open up. Open in the background. I mean, that's the other possibility, is that he just used something like DistroKid or something that charges the annual fee, and then he stopped paying it for those songs. Although, as far as I'm aware, I mean, I've only released one, to be fair. So I don't know. But I thought that DistroKid only charged one per, like, account. They have an annual fee going on. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me, and I mean, they gave me a hella discount for like 5 years, which is probably coming up soon. I should, like, think about that. When did I do that? 2 years ago. I really need to make more music. Almost 3. Oh my god. That's fucked up. Who let time pass like this? Actually, I'm gonna listen to that because I like it. It's almost like Prototype has some interesting song titles. I was reading that, yeah. Certainly. YouTube, why do you hate me? I know why it hates me, it's because I use an ad blocker, but still, that's no reason to hate me. Okay, I don't know if I can start this thread with the camera in the way, or the mic. Music is so interesting, but like... Oh, it's very intimidating to me. Oh. Hey Raiders, what's raiding? Hey Ace, how was your stream? Hope it was good. Hope you had a good time doing it. Did you get... How far did you get into chapter 5? I actually was not super paying close attention. Motherfucker. Sorry, I'm trying to start a thread and I'm trying to do it on camera and the world hates me. But oh my god, the world does hate me. I was gonna say, and by the world I mean this thread, but apparently my needle minder is taking matters into its own hand. You're scared of going time blind and not getting enough sleep. Yeah, that's fair. I was actually thinking of ending stream soon, unfortunately. Because I am also tired and have to work tomorrow. Which feels really, really strange because I didn't work today. You were quite bad about it last night. Not to harp on you, but yeah. Missed a few ad breaks there, my friend. Not that it matters to me, considering I've now got Twitch ad blocking sorted, but many people don't. Which I should start, like, passing that out like candy. Anybody want to learn how to block ads on Twitch? I can teach you right now. You do? Okay, give me a minute. Let me start this thread. I'm gonna pull it away, I'm gonna start this thread properly, and I'm gonna show you guys how to block ads on Twitch. This is called a problem of my own devising, because for some reason, my brain does not let me do this with a long tail on the inside. Yeah, of course, on Twitch. Where else would I show you? I just need to make sure that I can never, ever, ever be a part of Twitch's partner program. It's important to me. Okay. Da, 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 da. I just realized something, hold on. We can use the big cursor for this. We're gonna big cursor tutorial. Alright, so. We're gonna start fresh, okay? I have no ad block. We're gonna go to Twitch. Actually, you're gonna go to the green door because I need to check something on Twitch first. Okay. Much better. So, we're on Twitch. It's disgusting. We can click on anybody's thing and it's gonna have pre-rolls. Horrible. So, we're gonna go and we're gonna find uBlock. This is the first step. We need this. uBlock is gonna make an improvement. That sidebar is gone. However, we can click on somebody's stream. That didn't work. We can click on somebody's stream. That also didn't work. How about you? Pre-roll. Still no good. So now what we need is... Hold on. I gotta reference what I do. You want to look for Tamper Monkey. Tamper Monkey is basically a script manager that lets you run custom scripts as like extensions. Now you can do a lot of damage to your Firefox with this, so don't use this lightly. If you do what I'm telling you to do, it should be fine, but like Tamper Monkey is a powerful tool. So you say yes. You want Tamper Monkey. It's going to open up a bunch of stuff. There you go. Malicious scripts can violate your privacy and act on your behalf. Only install scripts from sources you trust. I hope that includes me, but you never know. And then... you are going to Open up this. Tamper Monkey. Find new scripts. And you're going to search for AdGuard Extra. That's not nice. Okay, give me a second. Alrighty, good night, Navy. Okay, I searched the wrong place. You want to look on the internet for AdGuard Extra. AdGuard Extra is a user script. Hi, Bones. I'm showing everyone how to block ads on Twitch. So you can go to Firefox. You can click Firefox Release, and it's going to download a file. Now, you want to go into here. You want to go to your Tamper Monkey. You want to create a new script. Or even better yet, you can follow their tutorial. Yeah, so if you just click on this, actually, find AdGuard. I can even just put this in my chat. Enjoy. AdGuard Extra. Click this one. It'll take you here. You can say yes. And now, we reload Twitch. We click on somebody's stream. We instead get a little thing here that says blocking ads, and we get the stream immediately. No pre-rolls, no mid-rolls, no ads on the side, nothing. Here's your free Twitch Turbo. Question for me that's irrelevant. One day in Value Village when you found daily Advent stories? Yes, I was. That was a me situation. What was I looking for? You. And no more big cursor. Do I have those? I do. I don't know where they are. We did buy them. I bought them. The thing is that we were in a thrift store, we opened it up, we were like, oh, fun, stories for every day of the advent calendar. And then we read, like, the first one, and immediately knew why it was in the thrift store, because all of them had been, like, they've all got little stickers on them that show they're sealed, except for the very first one, which was open. And it was because I don't remember exactly what it was. I feel like it was, like, the first story was very, very overtly homoerotic, is what is in my memory of it. And, like, very, like, it opened with that. Not PG-13, yeah. Yes, I definitely still have those. I'm not sure where they are. I could go looking for them. I think they're in my shelf somewhere, but, like, that doesn't really help. They're over there. They're being guarded by my various knick-knackery on the shelf. Who's most prudent to show off? How about bootleg Hatsune Miku? She guards them. Could read them for this Christmas. I don't know if I want to read those on stream. If they're all like that, I think I'm good. It was something about, like, wrestling, and it was very odd. Okay, hold on. Go to the green door. I'm gonna look in the shelf, just because I have to step in front of the camera to look. Okay. They might be back there, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoys my ad-free Twitch guide. Nobody tell Jeff Bezos on me. As funny as it is to curse out billionaires using their, like, actual full names, I do wish I didn't know what his name was. I wish he was that irrelevant in my life. I hate that he has any kind of impact in my life, you know? It's just not fair. Where am I? Three. Okay, there is one. Right there. If I do this, is it gonna fuck everything up? No. Good. So, Bones, what have you been up to? What made you think of these stories, is my question for you. What reminded you of this? Has anyone else in chat ever found very strange books in Value Village or other thrift stores? They don't have to be homoerotic. But bonus points if they are. It is Pride, but anyhow. You're telling Fitz about the card I treasure that I found at the same Value Village? Which card? I don't remember this. Unfortunately not. Damn. Your mom once asked you point blank, very loudly, if you were buying smut at a Goodwill. Do they sell smut at Goodwills? Is this a regular feature? Yes? Damn. Well, there you go. I'm trying to think pulp novels, I guess. I don't know all the brands of thrift store. A regular feature of Goodwills is a hilarious message or sentence. It is. It's a good sentence. Got a Harry Potter book. Don't have it anymore. Inside it was a birthday card from a guy named Rob to a guy named Craig. That is adorable. I love that. That's so, like, I was trying to convince my mom to... Okay, so, like... It had teddy bears on it and said, I owe you half a telescope, and that they had been together for 11 years. Aww. Okay, that's less related to what I was going to say. But... So, I am transgender. This is a known fact. I promise this is relevant. My mom has an embroidered birth announcement, right? That's got the wrong information on it now. And she doesn't feel right about keeping it around. But she doesn't want to, like, just throw it out because somebody worked really hard on that, right? So I was trying to convince her to give it to, like, a Goodwill or something because I love bullshit like that. Somebody else could have it. Maybe somebody else wants a birth announcement of somebody with a different name born in a year with a weight on it too. I love seeing personalized stuff like that in thrift stores. I really, really do. we've got like a petty point like flower embroidery that on the back had like a name on it. Everything on that is now outdated, including the weight. Yep, everybody knows my birthday changed when I grew up. I'm trans birthday too. I just really like how this 20 seconds sounded. That's not even a joke, actually. It's kind of a joke. It's mostly just that my mom is an accountant, and when I turned 18, she did my taxes for me and kind of just did it without even talking to me about it because I had no income and it doesn't matter. But because it was my first tax thing ever, she put in the information for me and was like, I know my kid's birthday. And then she put my birthday in wrong. And it's never been an issue, but it's gonna be an issue at some point. I have to call the CRA at some point and fix my birthday with them and be like, yeah, I promise I didn't lie. And like in her defense, she's like, it's my kid, I know their birthday. Yeah. Oh, I should do that like sooner rather than later. Yeah, Ace, we have our own. It's called the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency. Because we like to brand our things with our country name, apparently. Okay, here's a question for the people who came in from Ace's Raid and Bones. I guess those aren't exclusive categories. Possibly, who knows. Do you guys have any music that you like that is no longer available on streaming? Like it was there and you can't listen to it anymore? That's the topic we were talking about earlier. Bones, you missed a hell of a rabbit hole, by the way. We were looking into some guy named Charles Ives, who has an album that is attributed to a composer named Charles Ives, who died in 1954, I think? You got something, Ace? You had a niche artist that got a little popular and took his stuff off Spotify, but now it's on Tidal. Nice. Who's that? If you want to share. You don't have to if you want to be a hipster about it, it's fine. You're not that group, but you never mentioned you have a couple songs that are no longer available anywhere else because I listen to music via MP3s. Hell yeah. There's a cover of A Girl by Will Stetson that got yoinked because of the instrumental was copyrighted. Road to Bremen, someone made a TikTok saying it sounded like old Panic at the Disco. Neat. Ah! I didn't actually fuck anything up, but I've realized I've done this in a non-optimal way. Now I have to waste a tiny amount of thread to bridge over to where the next stitch goes. That's so irritating. My poor optimization-driven brain. How will I cope? A Christian artist you used to listen to and can't find anything but some YouTube videos and a CD you have. But yeah, shout out Zelinky, I guess. The music he does have out currently is still very good, and I like to listen to it. I just wish he would keep his old songs up, because I like to listen to those as well. I'm trying to think if there are... Oh, the other song I was talking about, the one with the band that split up and they couldn't decide what to do with the revenue, so they just took it off of everything. I don't know if I remember the name of that band, actually. The song was called I Know I'm a Wolf, or something to that effect. But I don't know if I remember the name of the band anymore. It definitely is one of those things that makes me feel like I should start buying music proper again. Because now, then, once you've bought it, it's yours forever. Except, I mean, the iTunes Store stuff is not really, because digital stores are fucking terrible. But at the very least, I could download it and not feel bad, knowing that the artist actually got paid. Yeah, physical media. Physical media! Hold on. Physical media! Physical media! Where's my other one? Physical media. One more. I love my physical media. Aw. This cover's scratched. Damn. That's the problem with physical media. It can get damaged. Also, physical media. The best season of Dexter. The only one worth watching. Also Inception. Pointing at me? Yeah. Do you recognize these bones? You seen them somewhere before? Crazy. There's also a box set of Seinfeld somewhere. That was like, I got that as a gift. And House as a gift. From Bones. I really do want to find a box set of Columbo somewhere. I've been looking. I haven't had any luck. Sorry, I'm deciding where to put the next stitch. I think I'll just carry on like this. Vinyls are so expensive is the only problem. Such a shame. My brother collects vinyls. His most expensive vinyl is actually, it's only one that got expensive retroactively, and he actually bought it for me for Christmas, like, years and years ago. And the reason it got expensive retroactively is because the record company that printed it dumped the band, but like held on to the record or the rights to reproduce the music. So there just can't ever be a reprint of these these albums. And this band is somewhat popular now, and I mean they were a little bit back then, but not so much. And just happened to be a band I really liked. So there's just a bunch of these vinyls that will never get a reprint. And so now anyone who really likes that band and wants to listen to their old stuff or own their old stuff just can't get it on vinyl, except through buying somebody else's. And my brother just happens to own one now. I can't remember what it was going for. It was something ridiculous. There should be a way to prevent that stuff. It's almost like copyright is very seldom used in favor of the artists actually creating the work, and is most often used to punish those artists for daring to involve another company in their act of creation. Let's see if I can find the price of that album. I don't know why I thought that would work. The band is just like a word, so I gotta look it up on my phone, where I actually have that album on my phone. Okay. The first listing I can find is a now closed eBay auction that the price got up to $500 US for a sealed version of this album. Let's figure out what that is in Canadian. Instead of funny dollars, let's have the real ones. Yeah, that is about $670. For some music, you're too broke to think about this. For the album. But yeah, my brother went through and basically just went through some website. Like, Bones, you know your Hot Wheels website? He's got one of those for records. Where he, like, put his whole collection in to see what the price would be. And this was far and away the highest price. Found one for coins? Yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we? This was a stream conversation, but it's one of the stream conversations where I don't remember whose stream it was. I feel like it was yours, but I don't know. Sure is interesting to have so many conversations, just random bullshit conversations that would be forgotten in less than a year, all be recorded and on the internet forever. Well, for a long time. Nothing's on the internet forever. How wrong we were. I should revive that Tumblr tag. That was a good Tumblr tag. My anything not lost will be saved. I barely use it anymore. At least it's on your hard drive. Yeah. If it's not on your hard drive, then it's on mine. But hard drives fail, as you know all too well. And like the Chromebook streams, I don't think you have those still, do you? I now have a song off of that price-inflated album stuck in my head. Do you have the one where the clip comes from? Because I know there's one clip from your Chromebook streams that still floats around that I really like, actually, but I feel like that was the one that we didn't get the VOD for. The wiki clip, yeah. Alright, we're at an hour. We're at 2 hours even. Now the question, do I want to keep going or do I want to stop for the night? Ugh. I'll be back in 4 minutes. I'll decide then. BRB. Alrighty. Yeah, I do think that's the one you lost, unfortunately. Because it was the learning stream. Oh, the Chromebook streams. What a time. What a interesting time. I don't even think I was streaming by then, or at that point. When did you stream this? 2021, yeah, I definitely wasn't. God, Bones, you've been streaming for so long. That's crazy. Your tenure is so impressive. Almost at 400 streams, holy shit. That's so many. I have no idea how many I have. I think last year I got 80 some. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just threw my needle and I have no idea where it went. How did that even happen? Okay. Oh my god. Don't tell me I just did that. Fucking, I hate shag carpet so much. Oh. Okay. It's good. Crisis averted. We got it. This needle does not want to stay threaded. I am maybe getting a little tired. Just a touch. How many videos are on my VOD channel? Let's see. 243. That feels like too many. That feels like a lot. I don't know, that's the other thing, like... This doesn't even have all my streams. I didn't start saving my streams until I got my computer. And I don't know that I was streaming regularly before then. I wasn't, but... But I don't have all my streams. The first 12, or the first 11 Vault Hunter streams are lost media. As it were. What else? Tip, while sewing, you can unlock scary sewing by losing your needle somewhere on your bed, and you made me think of it. Well, yeah. The thing is, this is less scary sewing. You can't see it because this camera is shit. But the needle is a ballpoint needle. So it's specifically for embroidery like this. But yeah, it doesn't... I mean, it still hurts to stab you with, but it won't pierce your skin. Unless you step on it really, really hard. In which case it will do a hell of a lot more damage than a regular needle, so... I try not to do that. Now, if you want real scary sewing... Beading needles. These are real scary sewing. If I dropped one of these, I would, like, move out. These things are small, they are sharp, and they are thin enough to pass through this needle's eye. So, beading needles. And very long. Yeah, these are real scary sewing. I try not to do beading over my carpet. Mostly because I have lost, like, an entire hank of beads in this shag carpet. Like, in the space, like, right down there. I lost a whole hank of beads. Of, like, tiny glass beads into my shag carpet. And I got some of them out, but most of them are gone forever. We're gonna rip up this carpet one day, and it's gonna be like Sonic died under there. I say that because they were gold beads. You have to worry about fishing hooks. Okay, yeah. I imagine that's a similar level of fear. Like Kirby from Kirby's Epic Yarn. Oh, those are beads. You're so right. Oh man, I want to play Kirby's Epic Yarn again. I should play that on stream. My sister makes bead bracelets and a bunch have been lost to the floor in random corners. Yeah. They like to get lost. I think beads just yearn for exploration. I'm not gonna rage playing Kirby's Epic Yarn by myself. I was raging because I was playing a platformer where instead of it going like Mario style, or what... when did they start doing the bubble thing? Mario style, they started doing the bubble thing when you're doing a platformer with more than one person. But instead of doing that, the slower players slowed you down. And Bones, you are so fun to watch play video games. But you're not the best platformer. And also, I was playing that game when I was a child, so you weren't used to it. And boy, that's a little rage-inducing. The long drive today and was fantasizing about streaming. Good timing for this thought? Hell yeah. I hope you do. Because I like to watch people play video games. I really have been watching a lot more streams lately. Which is crazy, because I've had less free time than ever. Actually, that's not true. I think school took up more of my free time than work, which I'm glad for. I'm glad that my work does not take up time outside of work. I kind of refuse to let that happen. Not having homework, exactly. Not having homework, and working at a place that is serious about its cybersecurity, so even if I wanted to, I can't take work home with me. It's amazing. That being said, one of my coworkers keeps trying to convince me on overtime, and I'm like, first off, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm not making them pay me more to do less, to do nothing, while I still don't know what I'm doing. But he was trying to be like, well, I've collected like 2 hours of overtime sitting on my ass installing software updates, and I'm like, cool, I just got here. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I start pulling bullshit. Although that's not even true. In my defense, they're not using these cords, but I did take home a couple of cords from work. Some swag. Got a USB-C cable that's rated for 30 volts, which I find terrifying. That's ridiculous. Nobody should be sending 30 volts down a USB line. But it is USB 2. Or 3.0 even. And I like that. I don't actually have a good USB 3.0 cord. Well, now I do. I didn't before this, so now I have a good one. And I have a DisplayPort adapter, but that one's got branded packaging on it, so I'm not going to show it on stream. A DisplayPort, a mini DisplayPort to DisplayPort adapter. Oh, that is like... I can't express how nice it is to have one of those. Mini DisplayPort is my enemy. I hate it. Okay. Where are we at? I finished this section of the gradient and all of the coloring on the horse. I'm gonna actually go through and make sure I've got it all. Yeah. Looks good. Ugh. I love how these cards look in embroidery. It's so... I'd say it's like it's made for this, but it wasn't. A lot of these patterns... That's the thing with doing pixel art for embroidery. Most embroidery patterns will be made with at least a little bit of thought in the idea of, like, how do you get to each pixel, each stitch, I guess, that you're doing. But when you're just doing pixel art, you put pixels anywhere. It doesn't matter. A very good example of that was the fishbone patch, which I think I must have pictures of somewhere. Here, pixel artist. Yeah, pixels go wherever. Do I not have a fishbone patch picture? What the hell? Where's my fish boy? And by my, I mean other person's. Bones's even. I don't know. Hey, Stump, you registered your car today. Interesting. Congrats. This needle does not want to stay threaded. This is so evil. Come on. Play nice. So tired from it, and then you have to go to work in an hour. Aw. My embroidery has been going alright. I almost lost the needle, but we found it. Sorry, I just whacked my mic trying to lick my thread. And now I get to undo a knot live on stream. I feel like I've actually done quite a few knots. I've undone quite a few knots on stream tonight and just wasn't even thinking about it. That's something that's interesting to me. Ooh, the pit time. What episode are you on before you leave? Tell me. Don't go yet. Come back here. You're gonna make me rewatch the pit. Last one of season 1. That's a good one. Have fun. I really like the pit. I love a medical drama. Big head. Had a long day already, Stump, and now you have to go to work. What a shame. How dare we have to work? Someone should do something about this. punches work. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to mess around with this VOD before I can go to bed tonight as well. What a hassle. I should probably end stream pretty soon. We'll go for 10 more minutes. Let's say that. 10 more minutes. We'll end on the hour. Streaming is so weird to me, like in my brain, because it's like it's an obligation only in that it's like a scheduled part of my life. Like I do it regularly, so in my brain it's an obligation, but it's also like it's not really an obligation. I do it because I love to. I am my own boss, yeah. See, that'd be a little more meaningful if I, like, made any money off of this, but I do actively fight against that opportunity, so... You're not cut out for streaming, but you're really good at watching streams? Well, you are a joy to have in chat, Palison. Paulinason, even. I don't know why my brain is so attached to that way of reading your username. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. People, like, ask me if they think Zorkin... People ask me if I think they'd be good at streaming, and it's one of those things that it's like, I don't know. I barely know if I'm good at streaming. I enjoy myself, but I don't know if other people would enjoy themselves streaming the way that I do. It's hard to know what other people derive joy from. Like my sister was saying, she feels like it'll give her a bigger or a worse ego, and she likes her ego the size it is now, and I'm like, wait, I mean, I don't really think streaming has changed the size of my ego. I think I've gotten funnier since I started streaming, but that's also just like a practice thing. If you're making jokes all the time, you're gonna get better at making jokes. Even if it's only better in the way that eventually you find your, like, style, your humor style. I don't know. That sentence got away on me. Stump. How's your Deltarune playthrough going? Where are you at? How are you liking it? Funny certified. How nice. You finished the chapter. Oh my goodness. It's not... Oh, man. Sorry, now I'm just thinking about things that make me angry on the internet. I need to stop. I need to redirect those brain shortcuts, because they're not good. I was like, okay, Toby, at some points, but that's Deltarune for you. Yeah. Sure is. There are many okay Toby points in this chapter, as far as I mean, I haven't played it even, I've just watched people play it. I'm not about to start criticizing Deltarune on live on stream. Mostly my annoyance is about the localization thing. It's kind of ridiculous how he's treating it like that, and like... Oh, I just have issues with weeaboos in general. It's like, he's better about it than a lot of people. But boy, this chapter. This chapter has been something. And it's one of those things where it's like, it makes me feel like I need to learn more about Orientalism. You know? Anyway. What time is it? 4 more minutes, okay. Deltarune regular, Deltarune Japan, right? Like... I don't know. I don't know. He really does have just a little bit too much control. Not too much control, but he wants more control over his creative endeavors. The most control, I guess. He wants there to be no creative decision regarding anything that he does that doesn't pass through him first. Which I guess is fair, but then at the end of the day, you make something really popular, and people are going, and like, popular across the world. And people are going to ask for localizations, and you can work with localization teams. Like, I've got a whole rant. I've had a whole rant. I've had many rants about this. About how the idea of one singular genius is terrible for everybody. It's terrible for people who want to do things but feel like they're not good enough because they can't make a whole video game just by themselves. But the thing is, humans are a cooperative species. That's just how we are. We work together. The lone genius is a terrible, terrible archetype. And the fact that so many people fall into it in real life, and like very competent people, it's not a question of like not being good enough at what you do. It's the fact that because that's how he's been labeled in the zeitgeist, that's how he's perceived in the world, that things like a Spanish translation of this incredibly popular game across the world are just not happening. It's really... It's just too bad. And that's the other thing. A Spanish translation, as far as I'm aware, is happening. It's just fan-driven. And let me tell you, you get a hell of a lot less control over what gets put into it when it's fan-driven. But then again, I've never gone viral on the internet. I hear it does some weird things to your brain. Maybe I'm judging him too harshly. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on just how people engage with other cultures. And how a lot of Americans are not, and I mean a lot of English-speaking North Americans will say. I don't know. I don't even know a good catch-all for this. A lot of people are just not very good at engaging with stuff from other cultures in a lot of different ways. There's like the whole two sides of it where there's some people who are just absolutely terrified to do anything outside of their own culture in fear of cultural appropriation, and that's not good either. But I mean, I can't argue every side of an argument, and also we're at the hour. We're at 10 o'clock, we've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and I kind of didn't even think this would go for 1 hour, so maybe it's time to call it. Let's see if there's anybody live. Who is live? Nobody that I follow. That's crazy. A lot of people playing Deltarune. Somebody playing Undertale. Who is in the makers and crafting category? Is anybody doing anything fun in there? There's a stream tagged OpenAI. Cool. No thanks. Why are so many of these 3D printing channels? Hey, Fake Zircon, I know that guy. 3D printer cam, building a motorcycle. Working on earrings. Wow, there's a lot of people in the crafting category. Oh, Fake Zircon, who's that? I don't know. Sounds cool though. How about Minesweeper? Anybody playing Minesweeper? Someone playing Minesweeper in Spanish, I think. Is this Spanish? Yes, it's Spanish. Alright. How about Minecraft? How about modded Minecraft? Who's playing modded Minecraft? Co-op modded Minecraft Skyblock? I feel like I've rated this person before. I don't know, maybe most Skyblock maps look the same. Maybe not. Sky Factory. Peaceful self-care stream. Oh, hey, a guy I watch play Tetris just went live. Let's go watch some Tetris. Give me my chat. Alrighty. I'll be back on Tuesday. There we go. Much better. I'll be back on Tuesday. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all had fun. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing Tuesday. But we'll find out. Alrighty. Goodbye. Good night. Good night, VOD watchers.